Hi, this is Dr. McClellan, and this video is about the second essay. Okay, so let me go down here to the research writing. Specifically, this is about how to get your direct quote, how to format your direct quote, and then how to format your direct quote on your works cited page. So we're going to download the document. And let's put this over here. Oh, let's make it lots bigger. Dr. McClellan needs to be able to see this. Okay, we're going to go down to the research. Now, you may have been doing this all along because remember, this particular essay assignment, you could have used some of your research on your pre-writing and therefore would have been in your outline, but I'm just going to do it this way and do it in the research assignment. It works in any of them, honestly. Well, shoot, where'd it go? There it went. So let's say that I went to the BLS and I got all of my information from the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and I'm in the Occupational Outlook Handbook. This is the best one to use. So I'm going to split my screen here. Why did I do that? That's new. Crying out loud. Hold on, y'all. I'm having some difficulties here. Okay, now now I gotta make it a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what are you looking for? Let's real quick, let's go over the research assignment itself. You need 3 quotations. They need to be from either a .gov, a .org, or a .edu. If they're from a .com, they cannot be, this is the difference between .coms. You're not looking at Indeed.com or ZipRecruiter.com or, well, why not? That's a .com, that's a professional website. It is, but they get all of their information from the BLS, and you want to go to the original source. So what would be considered a .com? That's a professional website, one put out by a company. So let's say for example you're getting a degree in instrumentation, you're going to go get an instrumentation job, then you would go out and look online on ExxonMobil.com, because that's where you're actually going to fill in your resume or your job application. And that's, if you have any recommendations, that's probably where they're going to either be put or uploaded. So that's how come I'm not taking Indeed.com, or I don't take all .coms, professional work-related .coms. No, those are not. ZipRecruiter and Indeed.com, it doesn't work. Okay, so you have to have, moving on to the next thing, you have to have a quote in each of your body sections. Now I'm using A, B, C, D. So these are the 3 sections in the middle of your outline. You have to have a quote in each of these. One quote. You can put 2 quotes, but you don't need it, and I'm going to grade it if you do, so it's easier just to put 1. Now I'm going to grade these if you put in the extra ones. Now one of the nice things, now I realize my example has 3 different ones, but the really nice thing about this assignment is if you get all of your information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, you only need 1 entry for your works cited page. You just need 1 works cited page entry, and I'll show you in a minute. But you are going to need a longer annotation. So I'm going to go look at, this is my section, this is my B section. Mine's about pay and benefits. So I'm going to go look at pay. There's the pay tab. And there's me, post-secondary teachers and how much they get paid. Now this breaks it down into specific kinds of teachers, and they're not in alphabetical order. They're not going to be in alphabetical order. They're going to be in order of money. So the farther I go down, the less I'm going to be making. Okay, so here's where I got, oh, I quoted the wrong thing, my bad. So my quote from here is going to be 74,280. So nationwide, English professors average about $74,280 a year. That's my quote. I'm getting it directly from this table. And even though it's just one word or one number, you have to put quotation marks around it because it's a quote, and you have to have your in-text citation. Now, I prefer to use the web page. So think about it this way. You can use the title of the website, or you can use the title of the web page. It's up to you. So the title of the website is U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. You're perfectly welcome to use that. I prefer to use, where is it? The occupational, oh, I can't even talk today. Oh, well, I'm going to have to change this too. See, it doesn't work out perfect for everybody, even me. I'm going to need to change this to U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. And what's going on with me is they actually changed the title of the web. They changed the title. They took out the title that I have. And because this is the title of the container, okay, it has to be italicized. So listen up. If you're citing the entire website, that's the container. It's like a journal. The journal is the container. And inside a journal is a bunch of articles. And inside of a website are a bunch of web pages. So that's the difference. So just like you italicize the title of a journal, you italicize the title of a website. So there's that one. And here's this one. Now see, this one is longer. And this is even crazier because I've got, actually I screwed up that. Okay, so the most popular place to look for a position teaching college English is in the job listings, in the Chronicle of Higher Education, and I need to italicize that. Oh, why did I unbold it? And then just to be clear, because there's not a page number because it's online, I went ahead and put in the Chronicle of Higher Education in my works cited entry. So the most popular place to look for a position teaching college English is in the job listings section. Oh, you see how I do? Section in the Chronicle of Higher Education. And then for my works cited entry, my in-text citation, I went ahead and repeated the Chronicle of Higher Education. And that's mostly because I just want to be very, very sure whoever reads this understands it. Here we go. I've got a real long quote here, and I got it from the college/university teaching. And because it's in quotation marks, I know that it's a part of something bigger. It's the title of a web page, not a website. Okay, so let's refresh. Let's go back. So even if it's just one number or one word, if you get it from here, Then you get it from your secondary source, your research. It has to be in quotation marks. It has to have a lead in. So it has to have a lead in, and it also has to have an in-text citation. In the in-text citation, you are welcome to quote the entire website, or you are welcome to get even deeper, more specific, and quote the web page. Same thing here. And you do not have to be repetitious, but it makes it lets the person know who's reading it for sure that you got this from the Chronicle of Higher Education, even though I use the title in my sentence. And then this, I know this is a web page because it has quotation marks around it. And this is the reason I don't mind if students use the BLS for all of their research. And I'm going to have to amend this. Okay, I'll now explain what I just did. Okay, don't forget that when you have multiple entries, if by chance you do have multiple entries, they all have to be in alphabetical order. Sorry, that took me a minute. They have to be in alphabetical order. So for my Chronicle of Higher Education, it's the website, title of the website. There should be an update. Let me put this in here. Title of website. Public update date. An update date. The URL. And then the access date. Let me put this in red. Okay, so this is the information that you want if you're going to quote the entire website. And it makes a difference. I don't particularly, it doesn't bother me. I can get out of here right now. It doesn't bother me if you decide to use the website, that you're quoting the website rather than the web page, but there are instructors who get really picky about it. So just be sure that you talk to your instructor before you turn something in like this. Excuse me. So you'll notice that there's no update date. There's no update date here because it didn't provide one. Okay, I'm going to move this down. I'm only moving this down. This is not correct. This is not correct line spacing, but I'm moving it down so that I can put this here. So for this one, I'm using the title of the web page. And then, again, there's no update date. There is the URL. It starts right there. And then my access date. Oops. My access date is right there. So what's this business right here? Well, see, this is the Chronicle of Higher Education, and I'm using the website, but here I'm using the web page, and so I have to put publishing entity here. So for example, the University of Washington is who published this. So I have to put it there. And this is why I don't mind if people quote just quote the whole website. It's a little bit more work for me when I go check your research, but I don't mind. And then this one, you'll notice this doesn't have an update date. So this is the one that I do like. Oh, no. Yeah, let me move that down. And we're going to put this in here. Yeah. So here we go for the BLS. This is my example for the BLS website. Here's the title of the website. Here is the update date, because the federal government has to tell you when they've updated something. So I'm going to incorrectly space this just so I can put URL down here. So there's my URL, and then of course here's my access date. So this one, much like the one above, much like this one, I'm putting my publishing entity. So this is the website, title of the website, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. This has an update date. As a matter of fact, it's updated yearly. So what you would be looking for is the one that is for 2023. And you will find that date typically on this government website. You will find it down here at the bottom. I do not need the day. I just need the month, the day, and the year. And then the way you format that, remember you have to format it day, month, spell out the month, year, and there's no punctuation except the period at the end of that information. You always have to put a period after each block of information or a comma, because these are like sentences. This is information, and it is not more information about this. It's a different piece of information overall, so it gets a period. This is a period rather than a comma. My publishing entity is the United States government. Here's the URL. And then here's the date that I accessed all this information. So there's my access date. Okay, I want to take a minute and talk about annotations. Number one, do not translate your annotation to Latin. I just wasn't going to write out annotations. People tend to exactly copy my words, and I didn't want that. It has to be formatted like a paragraph, and it has to be double spaced just like a paragraph in your essay. So let's go, give me a blank spot here. So this is the information that your annotation is supposed to provide. What is this website or web page about? That's what you're supposed to be answering. This web page is about government statistics about occupations. And I'm going to jump down to the last one because it'll take me longer to talk about the middle sentences. And then, why is this website or web page credible? Now, I'm not going to get into a discussion about whether or not people trust the government or not. Government is only as trustworthy as the people who are running it. So, but we can pretty much say that this is a credible website. This is credible information. This website is a government website, and it presents correct data. Now, the stuff in the middle, you're going to be answering why and how does this website or web page support this essay's major supporting detail. Number one, number one, number two, and number three. I'm not sure why that's different. Hold on a second, let me format paint that. Alright, there we go. That looks better. So, what is this website or web page about? And then you're going to answer why and how does this website or web page support this essay's major supporting detail 1. Same thing, why or how. Why and how does not or why and how does this website or web page support this essay's major supporting detail number 2? And why and how does this website or web page support this essay's major supporting detail number 3? And then why is this website or web page credible? Now, you may have noticed that this is a little bit different from the expository essay. In the expository essay, you're just stating in a general, just in general, how your research supported your essay, this essay. This is being even more specific. How and why does it support this specific major supporting detail? This essay's major supporting detail, and it's each of the major supporting details. So the big takeaway from this is, 1, your annotation is going to be longer, and 2, it's asking for some even more specific information. And you'll notice when we get to the persuasive essay, it's going to be a little bit even more specific. Okay? I think that's about it. That's all I can think of to say about works cited pages, annotations, and the quotations. So yes, if you've been looking at these tables and wondering, can I take this information off this table or off this bar chart? The answer is yes. That's where you're supposed to be getting this information. Definitely. And that's why I like to use the BLS, because especially if it works so that you've got it this way, you're going to look at pay, you're going to get it off this table, job outlook, you're going to get it off this table. Let's see, let's go to English teachers, down here to English teachers. There we go. So we're looking at employment, changes numeric. I bet if we click on this, it would just give it to, there we go. So employment percent change, just okay, projected 20 to 2032. So between 2022 and 2032, it looks like overall they're projecting an increase in English teachers. So one of the questions I'm going to ask is, well, where's the biggest increase going to be? Probably, oh, there we go. There it is. These are percentages. I don't know. I think these are 2, but I like these percentages better. So between 2022 and 2032, overall we're looking at a 1.2% increase in the number of English teacher jobs at colleges or universities. And if I want to look at the bill, don't go to junior college. Don't try to get a job at a junior college. That's a negative 1.6. I'm looking for the biggest. So this is 13. Dude, cool. So the U.S. government, based on past statistics and current need, is projecting by 2032, that colleges, universities, and professional schools and local colleges are going to have, they're going to see a 13% demand increase, a 13% increase in demand for English teachers. And then if I wanted to, I could come over here and, maybe get a little bit more specific. But this is enough information for me, so let me go back to that channel. That page. So I would quote this in my essay, and I would put quotation marks around it, and then in text citation, I would either put in, put in the website information for my in-text citation, or I would do the web page. Does everybody understand that? Website and web page. The website is the overall thing, right? Think in terms of Amazon. So the Amazon website is the entire thing. And then let's say, I was looking for compression gloves last night because I've got a pinched nerve in my hand or shoulder, more than likely. But my hand hurts, so I got a compression glove for it. You can, so you go to Amazon.com and you type in the search box at the top of the page what you need. And it's going to take me to another page that's just a listing with pictures and options to buy of compression gloves. That's a web page. It's a specific page that is contained in this website. Now, you may come across this. See, this doesn't have, there's no chart here, so I would be quoting, I'd probably stop right there. Post-secondary teachers who work for four-year colleges and universities typically need a PhD. And then I would do this one too. Community colleges may hire those with a master's degree. However, I would actually probably do this one instead of the first one I highlighted. Community colleges may hire those with a master's degree. However, some institutions prefer that applicants have a PhD. So this is the education. That would go in my education section of my outline. So it would go here if I got it from the BLS. Okay? And then my in-text citation would be right there, and then I would use the URL. I would use the URL for that page. So I would copy and paste that page to my URL. Okay? All right, y'all. If you have any questions, sorry this is so long, but I was getting quite a few questions about how to do this. If you have any other questions, talk to me. Send me an email. Y'all have a good day. Bye.